and it has been stopped round 1. Jake Paul LG told us that he needed another first-round halt for the problematic youngster in round 2, but he delivered it 1 round earlier. Jake Paul, dude, you did an amazing job. When Jake Paul and Mike Tyson squared off in a highly anticipated fight at the AT&T Arena on November 15, 2024, the world erupted. It wasn't just another boxing match, it was a massive event that drew in a star-studded crowd and fans from all over, from boxing legends like Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez to a host of other celebrities. The arena was electrified, and everyone had come to witness a showdown that would decide whether Jake Paul could truly hold his own against the legendary Iron Tyson. Jake Paul was the self-described bad boy of boxing, and this bout seemed to be his chance to shine in sharp contrast. He entered the arena with confidence, taking in the applause and the flashing cameras. Even though Tyson wasn't the explosive warrior he once was, his presence still demanded respect. There was no antics or hubris when he approached the ring with an AA of serenity at 58. As the bell sounded, the spectators sensed the energy in the air as Tyson was all business, exuding a quiet intensity that suggested the danger he posed. Everyone had a plan until they were punched in the mouth. In order to evaluate Tyson's reaction, Jake started the first round with his trademark footwork, jumping about the ring and throwing mild jabs. They ended it with a round 1 knockout. Jake Paul gave us another first-round stoppage for the problematic youngster, but he did it 1 round earlier. Jake's performance was excellent. It was the ideal setup, and Jake set it up with some excellent offensive jabbing up top and to the body. Despite being past his best, Tyson was undeterred and stalked Jake like a predator, utilizing his knowledge to understand his opponent's actions. In the first round, Tyson hardly delivered any punches, but when he did, they served as a reminder of his strength. His timing was flawless, and every stride he took toward Jake exuded foreboding. Tyson was an expert at closing gaps as the round went on, while Jake attempted to establish distance, utilizing his height and reach advantage. Jake began to experience strain, and by the end, he realized he was up against a formidable obstacle. Round 2 saw Jake was trying to make an impression by throwing combos, particularly targeting Tyson's torso. He appeared to have prepared hard for this bout, as evidenced by his considerably increased stamina, but Tyson gave a nod of recognition in response. As if to say, "Nice try, kid," Jake would always strike a punch, and then suddenly Tyson unleashed a short left hook that enraged the audience. As the bout went on, Jake Beadle felt the full force of Tyson's strength. In round 3, Jake appeared more cautious while still maintaining his footwork, ceding the ring to try to avoid those risky exchanges. However, Tyson was unrelenting. Every time Jake got too close to the ropes, Tyson would unleash body shots that reverberated throughout the arena. The crowd gasped every time Tyson's punches landed, and Jake did manage to land. By the end of the round, it was evident that Jake's strategy was changing toward survival as Tyson's pressure continued to build. Tyson's ability to take punishment was a testament to his legendary status. He delivered some strong counterpunches, including a right hand that had the crowd roaring, but Tyson absorbed the blow like it was nothing. For a brief moment, it seemed as though Jake could turn the tide when he came out with new vigor landing combinations and snapped his jab in Tyson's face. The crowd erupted as he connected with a clean right hand that briefly stunned Tyson, but Tyson's expression revealed a smile that suggested Jake had made a serious error. After that, Tyson returned to stalking his target, and by the conclusion of round 4, he was closing the distance and slipping blows with the same grace he had in his best days. Tyson unleashed a flurry of vicious body blows that were clearly slowing Jake down. The cumulative effect of those shots was beginning to wear off, and Jake realized he would need to fight hard in round 5. Tyson intensified his portrayal of the predatory image. Jake, under pressure, did everything he could to avoid Tyson's onslaught, but it was getting harder and harder. Jake grimaced as Tyson expertly and precisely cut off the ring and hammered a huge left hook into his ribs. Jake recoiled in obvious pain, but Tyson persisted in throwing a barrage of combinations. It was a moment that went beyond sports to become a cultural event that had a lasting impact on the entertainment and business worlds. Fans could not stop watching the spectacle that had just transpired for them, and KSI responded on Twitter by asking Jake what had happened and posting videos with captions like, "Told y'all not to mess with Tyson." This was about the stories that surrounding these two legendary figures, not just a battle. The living legend was the ultimate test for Jake, who had made a name for himself in boxing despite his contentious image. As the dust settled and the applause subsided, it became evident that Tyson, who had battled his own demons over the years, had demonstrated that age was nothing more than a number in terms of raw talent and skill. This fight would go down in boxing history as a landmark. While Jake Paul was given a harsh reality check, Tyson had silenced his detractors. The altercation reminded everyone that the audience's focus as round 7 started. It became painfully evident that Jake was gassed because he was barely able to keep upright when the bell rang. He tried to move, but his legs didn't react as they should have. Knowing his opponent's weakness, Tyson eventually waved the fight away. The aftermath of Tyson's victory was nothing short of chaotic. As soon as the referee called the fight, the arena erupted into complete chaos, with fans leaping out of their seats and many unable to control their excitement. Tyson had won by knockout in the 7th round, solidifying his status as a boxing legend once more. Social media exploded with emotions streaming in from every corner of the internet. Followers of Jake Paul were in disbelief. GRA closed the distance and backed Jake into a corner. It was a nasty display of aggressiveness when Tyson delivered a brutal right hand and a devastating left hook that sent Jake sprawling to the canvas. The arena erupted in cheers and gasps, a visceral reaction to the knockout blow. The referee started the count as Jake struggled to rise, his legs trembling beneath him. Tyson unleashed a barrage of pokes and uppercuts reminiscent of his best. The count reverberated across the arena. And 9-8. Jake managed to stand up, but he was obviously stunned and staggered as he struggled to gather himself. The referee paused to evaluate Jake's condition, and memes were all over the internet. Fans of Gibbs and hot takes were cruelly making fun of Jake, with remarks like Tyson followers were quick to passionately defend their champion, declaring that Jake's TKO was the KO we had been waiting for, and that this is why you should never mistrust Mike Tyson. The excitement reached a fever pitch as celebrities and spectators joined in on the commentary. Snoop Dogg took to Instagram to play with the reality of their fighter's defeat. Some wrote, "Jake, keep up the good fight or they'll come back stronger. Just wait." Others, on the other hand, were completely in denial and were acting as though the loss had never happened. Meanwhile, Tyson's fans were celebrating a performance that reminded everyone why he was once called the baddest man on the planet. Despite Jake's tenacity, he was barely surviving at this point, as Tyson would retaliate with hooks and uppercuts that reverberated throughout the arena. Jake's attempts to weather the storm were becoming futile, and it was evident that Tyson was wearing him down. Round 6 marked a turning point for Jake. As he entered the round visibly exhausted, his punches lost their snap. But Tyson, who always walked Jake down, appeared energized like a freight train speeding ahead. Making strong combos that caused Jake's defenses to tremble near the end of the round, Tyson delivered a devastating right uppercut that snapped Jake's head back. As fans continue to debate the implications of the fight, questions remain about what Jake's next move would be, whether he could recover from such a significant loss, and whether Tyson's victory rant will inspire him to fight again. Every time Jake tried to clinch, Tyson would RIP a hook to the body or lay in an uppercut on the inside. The crowd was on the edge of their seats, sensing a knockdown was imminent. Only time would tell as boxing analysts analyzed each round, pointing out Tyson's tactical prowess and Jake's weaknesses in the days after the fight. With innumerable articles, films, and podcasts examining every aspect of the battle, it became a hot topic that generated discussions on competitiveness in general, as well as who won and who lost. For boxing fans, this fight embodied the spirit of fighting and legacy. It demonstrated the skill and unpredictable nature of the ring, and served as a reminder that anything can happen, and even the greatest can be humbled. What did you think of this epic matchup? Did you predict Tyson's knockout, or were you as shocked as many people in the arena? Please share your thoughts about the fight in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to Boxing World for all the most recent information. Until the next time, keep the